Hi everyone, how are you going this week? This week we're making this beautiful card. It's called a bridge card because it has a bridge across the bottom here, and it sits up beautifully like this, but it folds beautifully flat in an envelope so you can send it. Well, I love this beautiful perennial papers, and we're going to be using them today. I'm not going to be using Blushing Bride. I'm going to be using Flirty Flamingo because I'm doing everything in Flirty Flamingo today. So let's get started, shall we? I'll show you the stamp sets we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Butterfly Gala, and we're going to use this butterfly here because on mine I actually put a gold butterfly, and this time I'm putting a proper butterfly out of the set. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday, May Your Day Be As Beautiful As You from the Beautiful Day for my front sentiment. And we're going to be using the Floral Essence set again with this beautiful punch, which if you buy after the 4th of June, you can get it as a 10% with 10% if you buy it as a bundle. And we're going to be making this flower here, and we're going to be using this flower and this saying, wishing you a blissful future. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to actually stamp my flowers because I need to get them punched out and dry before I can finish making them look very pretty. So let's do that. Hopefully I should be able to get all my flowers and my butterfly out of the same piece. My dog barking. Okay. So you need to stamp the flowers 4 times. We're going to stamp the butterfly once, and that looks just gorgeous. And then we're going to just put his bodies on. Oops, this doesn't even want to stick to the... Okay, so that's my flowers and my butterfly done. So we'll stamp our flowers out, punch our flowers out first. Our butterfly we can punch out when we're ready to do him. So, punched out our 4, but I love this flower. I have used it already, as you know from a previous video. So what we're going to do with our 4 flower pieces here is we're going to break the fibres and turn the petals backwards. Okay, so because we need to glue our flowers together before we start so that they have time to dry so we can finish shaping them. So we'll pop a little bit of glue in the middle of this one and this one, and then we will place our other flower petal over the top, lining it up, and we'll pop them on one side just to dry for now while we get on with the rest of the card. So we've done that bit, and that's done out of a bit of scrap. Okay, for the rest of the card we're going to need a card base that measures 8 inches by 4 1/8 inches. We're going to need 2 contrasting panels that measure 3 7/8 by 1 1/4 inches, and 2 pieces of designer series paper. They don't look like they're the same width. They are. That measure 3 5/8 by 1 inch. We need 2 panels that measure 3 7/8 by 2 3/4 inches, and we need another piece of designer paper that measures 3 5/8 by 2.5 inches, and a white piece that measures the same, which is 3 5/8 by 2.5 inches. For our bridge, we need a piece that measures 6 inches long by 1 inch, and another piece that's a contrast, which measures 5 3/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So that's all our pieces. Let's start our card. So on the long side, we're going to pop this in our, I can't think what it's called, scoring board. There we go. And we're going to score this at 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, 5.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. So that's all our scoring done. So let's get our scoreboard out of the way and we'll start. We're going to start by folding the second fold in towards the middle and folding and burnishing it, and fold it, the first fold backwards. So you're making like a Z fold. So once again, second fold in towards the middle, and the first fold back against itself. Got a bit of glue stuck on my fingers. That's basically our card. So we'll pop that on one side, and what we're going to do is we're going to, with our 3 pieces of card and designer paper, we're going to mount them onto each other, as so. So let's do that. This is one of my favourite of the new papers. I absolutely think it's gorgeous. It's like a Monet kind of picture, and to me it's just absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it to pieces. And I think I'll be using quite a bit of it. So I've already purchased 1 pack in my pre-order, and I've nearly finished it all. So I think I will definitely be ordering some more of it. I know my mum loves it too, so I'm sure she'll be putting her dibs up for some as well. Oops. Okay, that's our 3 pieces of designer paper stuck onto our contrast, and we're going to pop these onto our card now. So we're going to pop the 2 small panels, and I'm really having a bad time today, I'll tell you. And just make sure if you've got a design on your paper that is directional, you get it the right way around, because when you're cutting, it can make the difference between what looks good and what looks bad. So I'm going to pop them on there. And the other colour I'm using, this colour is called Blackberry Bliss. This is Flirty Flamingo and Blackberry Bliss. And both of these colours are actually part of the colour of this card. As you can see, there's the Flirty Flamingo in here. And these purpley colours along here are the Blackberry Bliss. So that is virtually our card. So we're going to now do a bit more stamping. So we're going to stamp the back of our card with our sentiment, and our sentiment says, "Wishing you a blissful future," and we're going to stamp that with memento, and we're going to pop that into the middle of the card back. And then we're going to use our Flirty Flamingo again, and we're going to stamp our other flower in the bottom right hand corner. Along with our crushed curry for the centre of the flower. wow, wow, wow. That's me. I'm just a wow person. And that's going to go onto our other piece of Blackberry Bliss like so. So let's glue that onto there. Okay. That gives you a beautiful writing pad for the back of the card. And that's going to just make sure and you got your flowers around the right way, or your design around the right way. Turn your card over and glue your sentiment, your virtually your insert, I guess you would call it, but it's on the back of the card for you to write on. So that's the back of the card done. Okay, so that's virtually our card. So now I'm going to try and stamp my sentiment, which I haven't got a block here. Give me half a second, just get a block. There we go, I'm back already. So that was pretty quick, hey? And I'm going to get this stamp out of here. And I don't know why, but I didn't have it out. Never mind. Now this is very tight. So it's if I get my head in the way, excuse me. Okay, so a little bit off. Let's try the other side. Let's try. Actually, it's not that bad. Yes, it is. It's awful. Okay, I'll have to get my head right over the top so I don't know that I'm in. Sorry for this. That's better. Heaps better. The other one was real smudgy. Alright, so I'm going to glue this one onto the back. So I'm going to just use a bit of snail that I've got here for this piece. And this is going to sit over the top of the other one, like so. Looks gorgeous. Well, you wouldn't think that Blackberry Bliss and Flirty Flamingo could look so good together, but they do. Okay, so this is going to sit like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on one side, we're going to put a bit of glue only about an inch along that piece, and we're going to glue it so that the bottom of this line here matches up with the bottom of here and right up against this edge. And my neighbours are using a mower by the sounds of things, a blower or something. Okay, so when you're happy with that, and that you can just see that looks really quite weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this under here, and that will lay on top of there, and it lines up beautifully with this other edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it back, and we're going to put another bit of glue on this edge here, and with that folded, we're going to bring that across and line that up so that it matches the other side. Okay, and then that will give you, if you fold it the opposite way, it's the same thing. It will fold that way or it will fold that way, and it's exactly the same. That will give you your bridge, and it's just up that tiny little bit from the bottom. Okie doke, so that's that. We're going to now put the dimension into the rest of the flower. So we're going to now press our flowers back the other way in the middle only, which will give you the middle going and the edge going out, the middle going in and the petals coming out over the top. Okay, and we're going to put one of these large faceted gems in the centre of them, like so. That's gorgeous. And we're going to use a glue dot to pop these on with. Open this, and we're going to pop, I think, one about there personally, and the other one up here. Wow, I do love that colour, it's gorgeous. Okay, so that's them, and now we're going to cut out our butterflies. We're not going to colour them in because of the paper gives them everything they need. So we're going to cut out our butterflies, and we're going to give these wings a little bit of a oomph, a bit of an upward draft, and we're going to put a small glue dot on the back and pop him in here. And I'm going to use one of these, the smallest ones of these gems, just on his head area. Okay, and another one here, and here. Oops, maybe that flower should have been over a tiny little bit. Here. And with our little butterfly, I think I might just pop him on the back with a glue dot as well. What do you reckon? Yes, that's just perfect. I think it's an absolutely beautiful card. That Flirty Flamingo looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really happy with the way the card came out. That's my other one. That was done in Blushing Bride, but I've run out of Blushing Bride. I'm really doing good. And I used a different sentiment here, and I didn't like the white on this. I think the colour looks actually better. So, no, you live and learn, don't you? Okay, so that's my card for today. I hope you liked today's card. We will be doing another card next week. And I'm thinking we might do a couple of Christmas in July when we get to July. So if anybody would like to leave me a comment to say yes, they would like to see Christmas in July, I would love to hear from them. Okay, so if you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up down in the bottom box down here, or a comment, or a thumbs down. I don't mind, you know. If you don't like it, well, I like it, that's all that matters. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.